right, man. Here's what's wrong with hip hop. Go. You know how they always said that rap and basketball was synonymous? I've always felt that way because the same thing that's wrong with the NBA is the same thing that's wrong with hip hop, but in a different way. For a long time, hip hop was gate kept by men who demoralized other men in exchange for their success. This was widely known. It was always known. It was an open secret that people only joked about tongue in cheek, but I felt like that was always to diminish the fact of how true it actually was. Hip hop is in a space right now where it's very welcoming to whoever wants to do it in whatever way that they want to. But because people have been so jaded by what they felt hip hop could do, they almost don't want to do it if it's not going to be financially lucrative for them, at least enough to make sense, like to sustain life. And the reason I say that is because if you look at rap right now, rap is not so much top heavy more than it has a lot of legacy acts and some guys that are still trying to prove themselves. One of the guys that stands out in my mind that's trying to prove themselves is Lil Baby, because he knows that he had a dry spell over the last few. In saying that, the guys who are in demand right now, guys like Jim Jones, Dave East, Griselda, Ransom, guys of that ilk, Velox, Sheik Luch, he still drops stuff. You never know when Styles is going to get the itch and drop an 8-song EP. So it's like that in hip hop right now. Unfortunately, because the consumers of hip hop, which are women and suburbia, don't particularly care for that brand of hip hop, doing that brand of hip hop isn't necessarily financially lucrative unless you hit the road. And that's what a lot of these guys are forced to do. If you're willing to sacrifice what hitting the road means, then by all means hit the road. But for those who don't know what it means, they quickly find that the balance between hitting the road and family life and being around to see other businesses, having trustworthy business partners, like all of that has to do with the state of hip hop. A lot of these younger acts don't have their business affairs in order. So in saying that, it makes it very tough for the guys you like instantly to stick around because they don't have the guidance and the know-how, because it takes balance to stick around. Sticking around ain't for everybody. That's why very few do. Sticking around isn't for everybody. That's why very few do. And because it's hard to stick around, hip hop gets diluted. And now you have to mine for it. You have to really dig to find the hip hop you like. You have to remember names. You have to remember people who made songs with people that you like. Or you really have to go find the rap you like. But once you do, that helps that community of hip hop grow and flourish because people are looking for it instead of just taking what's on the surface. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because listen, according to Apple Music, I love Drake. That's what it all boils down to. And that's what's wrong with hip hop. But hip hop is in a good space. That's what's wrong with hip hop. But hip hop is in a very good space for those who like to make it. There's no better time for people who want to make hip hop to make it, because they can put out whatever hip hop they want. Because now it's more about what you use your music for. I use my music to be the background to the content that I make. Or maybe I just want to scratch an itch, or maybe I just want to flex a lyrical skill, but it's mine to decide what to do with. That's a great time to make hip hop. So what's wrong with hip hop is what's right with hip hop right now. Go. For more content like this, like, subscribe, notification bell, stay on top of things. You feel me? Wayne Steven. Yes, sir.
This that new batch. We must pay homage to them.